Well, hello there, all you beautiful spirits, and welcome to another message. And we are looking at today, celebrating just for the fun of it, because the world is such a dark, kind of dreary place. I thought, why not have some fun for the month of October, get more into our inner child. Remember when we went trick-or-treating, how much fun it was to do that every year and plan out our costume. I still love to dress up for Halloween. It's one of my favorite things. We are using the Edgar Allan Poe companion deck, which I introduced in the Aries Super Full Moon reading. If you haven't seen that, hop on over there and check that out. So I was very excited when I opened up this new deck. It's beautiful, and I really don't know a whole lot about Edgar Allan Poe. So as we're digging in here, we're kind of learning a little bit about who he was and, what he was famous for, while getting the message out of the tarot cards for what it is maybe that we have some kind of fear in our life that we need to draw attention to or resolve. So we're just gonna dig in and see what comes up. Guys, this is gonna be really fun. Get yourself comfy, grab something to drink, whatever it is you do to relax, and let's have some fun for Friday the 13th. Dun dun dun. So here's a little bit of an introduction to Edgar Allan Poe. As I learn, you guys can learn with me if you don't already know this. So he was an American author, an editor, a writer, a poet, and a literary critic, and he hailed from Boston, Massachusetts. Now, he was born January 19, 1809. Now, that makes him a Capricorn sign. Just a little side note. Now, he died, or he transformed out of his physical body on October 7th of 1849, making him just 40 years old when he passed away. Now that's pretty young, but you have to think back to the time of when Edgar Allan Poe lived. It was right in the middle of the tuberculosis crisis. During the early parts of our country in the 1800s, your life expectancy, you got to be your 40s, you were an old man. He was a champion swimmer. He actually was a college dropout, and he published his first book at just 18 years old. He's best known, for his short stories and his poetry, particularly his tales of mystery and macabre. So macabre is that disturbing and horrifying involvement with just his depiction of death and injury. He saw the dark side, and instead of, being fearful of it, he kind of embraced the dark side, was able to be creative through it, which is very interesting. He is regarded as a central figure also of romanticism. So although he had this dark side, he was a hopeless romantic, and also he was into gothic fiction. So I'm okay, what's not to like about this guy? Now, I know no rumors about him or anything to distort my opinion of him so far, so his death seems to be a little bit of a mystery though. Most creative postmortems have suggested that Poe could have died from carbon monoxide poisoning, from spending too much time indoors breathing in too much coal gas, but they did tests on his toenail clippings post-mortem, and the tests were inconclusive. But you think about their testing abilities in 1849, they weren't very good back then, were they? So there's been a mystery about how he actually passed away. Other possibilities include mercury poisoning, suicide, murder, cholera, rabies, syphilis, influenza, and a brain tumor. With all the mystery and the darkness surrounding his life, it's kind of funny how his death ended up being a mystery, falling right in line with everything about him. So one of his most popular writings is The Raven, poetic anthem, becoming popular at the time because nearly everyone had been touched by the tuberculosis epidemic in such a profound way. So he wrote Lenore, and he wrote The Raven during this time. And most people that were living in that period of time experienced paralyzing grief because there were so many deaths. You could lose all your family members. It was a really, really dark time for society, actually. So Poe is a literary master of, the dark romanticism, the macabre, and the grotesque. He embraced and used that energy of that darker side to be able to create. So So through his pain, through seeing the suffering and the grief of that time, Poe created. Aside from exploring our shadow sides and shocking us with his contradictions, Poe believed that imagination could help connect us to the spirit world, says in the guidebook. Poe's stories and poems connect with and bring up what's blurred in the subconscious, or what we have called blind spots that we can see in our natal birth chart. So the choice, energy is fluid and ever changing. So as you listen to these fun messages for Friday the 13th, where we go a little bit on the dark side, take what resonates and leave the rest, knowing that you have free will and every life choice is yours alone. No matter what the cards reveal, you have influence over what future experiences you would like to have. Remember that the purpose of these divinatory tools like tarot is to clue you in on what may lie ahead, people, events, or energies that could remain the same. So it's one timeline that you're drawing attention to. It's one energy you're looking at, but energy is fluid, so anything could change. So when you listen to tarot, you just have to really listen to it for an open mind and not look at it about its outcomes, but look at the messages that you find in the tarot. And Poe recognized that and he utilized that. So I hope you enjoy this series, and we will see you over there, if you dare. All right, Cancerian. So if darkness is merely the absence of the light, what dark situations, what low energies, or what fears in our life can we shine a little light on? Can we bring a little clarity to, so that we can heal and resolve it? Now, I pulled the classic horror oracle card for you, and I got Dreamer. And this has got Freddy Krueger on the front with those nails. So, A Nightmare on Elm Street, directed by Wes Craven, 1984. I was 14 years old at the time that came out. That's crazy. Everybody's got to dream, it says. Now, the weird jumble of dream logic can feel beyond our control, almost as though someone else is pulling the strings. It can be unclear where we are or how we've arrived there. But a surreal turn can cue what's really happening, and a lucid chance to turn our back on the stuff of nightmares. So this is saying, Cancerian, dreams tell stories. Listen, the energies lately have been bringing to our attention a lot of strong dreams and a lot of visions. So I encourage you to, when you get up in the morning, if you wake up and you know you've had this dramatic dream and you've got memories of it, do a voice recording or jot down some notes in a journal about your dreams, because right now they're cluing us into a lot of areas that we need to clear, like some denser energies that still need to come out of our system. So I'm going to pull for you the 4 chambers of the heart, where we are taking a look at and identifying, what your passion is and what's stopping you from achieving it. So, that falls in line with what fear do we have, or low energy that is acting as an energetic blockage in our life, stopping us from manifesting and creating the desired reality that we want. So we want to thank our ancestors, spirit guides, and archangels for these messages today. All right, so in the first chamber of the heart, Cancerians, we have got the Ace of Wands. Now, looking at the Ace upright, we see the light shining. We see 1, 2, 3, 4 books or parchments with a pen. Remember, we were talking about journaling our dreams. Now, what the number 4 has to do with this scenario, we're going to have to ask, but it looks like this is a library and this is a place for 4 different stories to be told, but it is in the reverse. So in the reverse, it means that we're not able to create or manifest these other chapters of our lives, these other stories that we would like to experience. Now, they are waiting to be written, but for some reason, our challenge, our fear is moving forward into these next cycles of our lives, or these new beginnings. That's the challenge, or the fear is moving forward. It's writing a different story. This can also signify a person that has wanted to manifest or had a passion or desire, and on 4 separate occasions they were unable to manifest what it is that they wanted. So there's a couple ways to look at this Ace of Wands in the reverse. It is a card of creativity, so in the reverse, the challenge or fear is that you're unable to be creative, or you haven't taken the step yet to be able to manifest what it is you desire. Let's ask about the number 4, which is a number of peace and stability. So we have the ability to create and experience whatever reality we would like. But at this point, the challenge, fear of stepping forward and having this new life, it's being marked by delays, distractions, impatience, hesitancy, and a wasted talent. So we really do see here that the challenge right now for you Cancerians, this whatever low energy dark situation is that you are struggling to start over. You're struggling to have this new beginning, and it's frustrating because there's delays, there's hesitancy. Maybe you're wasting your talent about something. So I'm going to get a clarifier and see what it says. Clarify the Ace of Wands in the reverse, please. Aces are very powerful. They're about manifesting something in the physical 3D, so that the challenge is manifesting. Somebody may just have a problem manifesting, and we've got the Page of Cups. And what's interesting enough is that this is my second time doing a reading for you. The first one started with the Page of Cups in the reverse, and it just went down a rabbit hole that seemed very confusing. So I'm actually doing it again. But the Page of Cups, we see a divine feminine here, and she is just standing in a sea of emotions, and she's holding a wand, she's holding a cup. And the story of Edgar Poe, he's writing a letter to a married woman that he's very much in love with, but he's encoded it in meaning she has to identify the first letter of every sentence, and that gives her another word. This Page of Cups is symbolizing that there's an opportunity here, that you may be a dreamer, you may have some ideas, you may have some inspiration, you may have some intuition, but you just haven't figured out, it seems to me, how to start, how to bring this about. Kind of like we're wading through the water of our emotions, and we're gonna, cast our net and see what opportunities we have, what experience it is that we desire to have, Cancerians. So the challenge is beginning again, starting anew. And this could be about expressing your emotions to somebody. The Page of Cups is a message of feelings. It's a message of, I have something to tell you about how I feel. Maybe this is somebody who has tried to write a letter on 4 separate occasions, expressing themselves of how they feel, like we saw 4 times, but was unable to complete the task and send the letter. Now we have an explanation for the number 4. So the number 2 card position that we're looking at is what exactly this character, this energy is passionate about. What is it that this person is trying to write? Making several attempts to write something, but not able to complete it. Not able to manifest something and have a new beginning. This person is having a hard time expressing how they feel with Wands and Cups. And I had a bunch of cards fall out. I'm going to take them though. Your passion here, let's just go in order. We've got a Knight of Cups. So this goes in line with the Page of Cups. Wanting to come forward, express yourself, make a romantic gesture, a proposal. This is how I feel. I haven't been honest with my emotions. Then we've got the Knight of Swords. Now he's a fast action taker. He comes in and he communicates and he speaks his truth. So maybe in the past, this person was not able to express themselves. They weren't able to speak their truth. So they are passionate about communicating what's true. Then we have the Tower card in the reverse. Now this Tower is interesting because it shows two separate sections split right in half with a big red moon in the center. We have a lunar eclipse coming up on the 14th of October. That should be the Ring of Fire in Libra. But in the reverse, this is saying that this Tower, they want it to be over. The separation between the two parts, this divine masculine now showing up as a knight twice, is wanting to speak their truth, is wanting to express themselves, and wanting this separation to be over, with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, that there was no equal give and take, right? So there was no balance before, and this is with the Queen of Wands. So this is someone that they are very passionate about. So we do have a divine feminine here. This is energy, not necessarily gender. And we've seen a divine masculine and pretty much all the other cards. So take this how it resonates with you, but either way, this is an energy of someone, they're passionate about having this new beginning, creating something new with the Queen of Wands by coming in and expressing themselves and bringing a situation out of separation. So this is, a soul connection where they haven't been in communication with each other. All right, so we've definitely got a Knight as the divine masculine, and we have a Queen of Wands as a divine feminine. Now the third card position that we're going to pull a card on, that's your catalyst. And then the fourth card position is your path home. So let's get another card. So Cancerians, this is your catalyst. This is what's either driving you to move forward, have a new beginning by expressing yourself and your truth to a Queen of Wands, or the catalyst for a person in your energy coming forward to express themselves to you. Take it how it resonates. Energy is fluid. It's ever flowing. It's ever changing. The energies we're tapping into right now are not set in stone because everybody has free will. So when you listen to my readings, please listen with an open mind and only take what really resonates for you. All right, so your catalyst, Cancerian, is that you really haven't had much of a love life. The Ace of Cups in the reverse, again, aces are very powerful, and it's the ability to manifest something in regards to our emotions and our feelings. The catalyst is that hasn't happened for you. So you haven't felt like you've had many love interests or opportunities. This could also be about business, something you're very passionate about. But there's a lot of cups here. This is, you want to reunite with one of your best friends, or you haven't had a committed relationship in a while, and there's somebody that you would like to rekindle love with or renew your vows. This could be about wanting to spend time, with family members and build new memories. But what this is saying is that your catalyst is that you have not had all these things in a long time. Maybe you've been in a little dry spell, and if that is you and that resonates, look at my video with the cactus on it that talks about, are you in a dry spell? Energetically, that means that the energies are moving, but when we want to manifest, it does require us to also take action. We see these two aces in this reading. One was the challenge, the fear, and the catalyst. So both of them are aces in reverse, saying that in the physical, your life has been stagnant, that you've been in blocked energy and you haven't been able to manifest anything. And it looks to me like, whether you're a divine feminine or masculine, you're very frustrated, particularly because in the area of love and expressing yourselves, you've repressed these emotions, you have gotten unrequited love, and it's put you in kind of a state of isolation and sadness. So you're looking to get out of that state, which is good, Cancerian. Let's look at the fourth card, the final card, and this is your path home. How are you going to seal the deal and manifest what it is your heart desires, Cancerians? Your path home is going to be, let's see what we have, is a King of Pentacles and a Two of Wands. Interesting. This showed you like the action cards of being in Knight energy, but now this is saying someone is in the King of Pentacles energy, and he is standing in front of his castle. He has a moat surrounding his castle, so the water, which is he's very comfortable in his emotions, he's abundant, he's accomplished a lot, and he has this humongous eagle or hawk that's sitting on his arm. And I want to look up the relevance of that for you Cancerians. And then we have the Two of Wands as the other card for your path home. So this is an eagle, and it sits upon his forearm, symbolizing his ability to tame all that's wild. So he likes success. He likes having accomplishments under his belt. He's reliable. He could be an entrepreneur. He's very successful, tenacious, and he doesn't give up. And his hard work has paid off. You're no longer suffering the hardships of the past, you know? This is an opportunity to be confident, wise, wealthy, prosperous. He's stable, loyal, dependable. So your path forward is either a King of Pentacles is coming into your energy, wanting to have a new beginning, wanting to express themselves, or you are the King of Pentacles, Cancerian, and the universe is saying, you know, you have to find stability within yourself before you can manifest these other aspects of your life. Now that's just what I see. Let's clarify this Two of Wands. So the universe is saying that your path home is now is the time to plan your future, for you'll soon enter into a season of expansion and growth. Now you have been dreaming, you've been wanting to manifest things, and will soon take the appropriate steps necessary to get there. So this is saying if you want to be the King of Pentacles, if you want to manifest these aces and bring them into your physical reality, planning is imperative. It says before you launch to think about all possible scenarios, count for losses as well as gains, and guard against impulsivity. So don't be impulsive with the actions you take forward. Consider all your options. So Cancerian, for example, this may be, you might be tempted to take a job that relates to your life's work, but be sure to vet the new job before quitting your old one. Once you've weighed the pros and cons, then you can take a risk. Discuss your ideas with a friend or a mentor. Consult your intuition for guidance. Is the right thing for you to do? Does it sit comfortably in your heart space? There's more to this world than what we realize, and we are destined for something greater. And Cancerian, deep down, you know this is to be true. So you know, Cancerian, that you are destined for great things. You are tired of living the same repeat patterns in insanity, doing the same things over and over again and not getting any different results. And to manifest, to follow your passions, to communicate your feelings towards possibly a Queen of Wands, it's saying, you know, plan, you know, take action, but be specific with your details of bringing this into fruition. If you're not sure how to manifest, go look at my Super Blue Moon 7 Steps to Manifestation video that came out at the end of August. It walks you through the steps of how to manifest, because all the opportunities are here, and the universe is really just saying you have the right drive, you have the right passion, but you've been unsuccessful because you just haven't been able to put it all together. You haven't been able to follow the steps in order for it to come true. So your fear that could be holding you back in the darker situation or low energies is maybe you just didn't have the confidence. Maybe you needed to realize that you can be the King of Pentacles. You can have the Queen of Wands. You can have your castle. You can have the job that you love. You can be giving back to the greater good of society. You just have to make the choice to do that. If you enjoyed this message, smash that subscribe button so that your energy gets contributed to helping this community grow, and we appreciate that so much. And I hope you enjoyed this little tale told by Edgar Allan Poe. And don't forget, write down your dreams. Keep a journal. We'll see you at your next reading.